Hey guys, hope you are having an awesome day today. Here in Pennsylvania, we had a 76 degree with full sun day today. It was almost like it was summer all over again. The last 2 weeks, we've had highs of 30s and 40s. And then all of a sudden, the last 2 days, it could have been summer pretty much, like a mild summer day. Uh, I think it got up to 76 this afternoon, and we are almost in the second week in November, which is crazy. Um, that is Pennsylvania weather for you, though. You can have pretty much all four seasons here in 1 week in the winter time, at least. In the winter here, you can have 10 and snowing like crazy. Then the next day it would be, 80 and sunny. Then it could rain all day the following day with like a 50-degree weather. And that that's just how it is here. It's very odd. And then you can have days where it gets into like the low 80s and it's sunny out. Uh, so the weather here is very odd to say the least when it comes to summertime. Um, there is a couple of things I wanted to go over. For anyone who's been here before, thank you for coming back. And anyone who is new, welcome and thank you for being here. If you're in either category and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. You just click on the button and you are all done. You can ring the bell notification so that way you can receive notifications up in your bar when I release videos. Um, and I think shorts are on there as well, maybe the shorts aren't on there. No, the shorts are on there. Yeah. So and the other thing I wanted to cover is for everyone, I'm not limiting myself to just one topic or one item, whether it's knives or EDC gear or survival gear or certain weapons. Um, and there's a reason for that. I thought about just strictly doing one, and maybe bringing in another one occasionally. But the simple fact is, I love all of those topics: knives, EDC gear, survival gear, weapons. I've been a big fan of all of that stuff as far back as I can remember. So I love all of that stuff, and I'm very passionate about all of those topics, or items. Over the last 5 years, I've gotten really interested in EDC gear and survival gear. I've always been a huge fan of knives and weapons. And I've always loved different types of gear. I just never really, it was just cool to have or cool to look at or whatever. Nowadays, I have a purpose for it and I have the ability to use it, and I love learning about all of it. And you learn something new almost every day when it comes to any one of these things. And there's a lot to learn and a lot to know. So that's one of the things I'm trying to do, is for anyone who is just starting out in any one of them or all of them, I am trying to just put what I know on the screen, so that way you can also pick up just anything, even if it's just one thing. You know, I did a decent job. I might not have sounded the best when you learned it, but that's just my personality. I might not always sound enthused or thrilled, but the fact is I am. It's just how I am. I try not to get too high, and I try not to get too low when it comes to anything. There are things I get really excited about, but I try not to let that bleed through me. I try to stay even keeled as much as I can. But I just wanted to go over a couple of those things for anyone that was wondering. Excuse me. But today we are going to do a little unboxing. I saw this last weekend, I saw it maybe 2 weekends ago, and I was gonna pick it up, and I said to myself, I better not. And Friday I decided to pick it up because I couldn't wait anymore, and I wanted it, and I only saw one other person with this knife, so there's not much out about it right now. So that is what we are trying to do here today, get a little bit more out there on it. This is the Miguron Centurion 2 with S90V blade and blue carbon fiber scales, marbled carbon fiber with a milled clip. I love this knife. Miguron does an awesome job with their knives. So I did order this on Friday, and it did show up yesterday. Sounds like that could use a touch-up. And there's the box. That is a dead giveaway on what it is. It comes plastic sealed, and then they also have a QC sticker there to let you know that it has been QC checked. And there is the pass fail on the QC. So we will go ahead and cut that. There may be times where you notice that I stop a video slightly and then start it. That's because I have 2 young kids, and they do not understand what I'm doing. So I try to pause it when I can and then come back, but it's also hard to remember where you was at. It comes with their 2 of their cards, their socials and emails and stuff, and their precautions. So nice little packaging, and then comes with a zipper pouch. And there it is. That is the Miguron Knives Pagos 2. And then there they have QC passed again. So they must be checking these, if I'm being honest. I would have to believe so. Look at that milling on there. Got the blue pivot. Milled titanium clip. Blue thumb studs. M390 blade. It's not real big, but it's not real small either. It's got a cool grip to it, like a checkered. You can kind of see it there. I am upgrading my phone and my lighting and getting a new laptop. So stuff will be changing over the course of time here. I just need more time to get it all done and do it, but we are slowly getting there. It has dual thumb studs and a front and top flipper kind of. It's more of a front flipper. It's not set up to be a top flipper, I guess. So let's give it a flick out. Ooh, yeah. That feels good. That felt good. Look at that. Nice satin blade. It's gonna be a fingerprint magnet, but that is sharp as hell. Yeah, I see the lock bar does stick out just a tad bit past the tang of the knife there. Can you see that? See how the lock bar sticks out past the tang? That makes it a little sharp. That's what Zachariah was saying, I believe. So that's funny and sad all at the same time that they didn't fix that. You can take care of that pretty easily with a rotary tool of some sort. But that's interesting. That's how the design of the knife is, because there's two models with the exact same problem. That's odd. The lock bar access is very nice. The lock bar itself is comfortable to dig into. It definitely it's either over tightened or it really needs broken in. So you can reverse flick it. It's got a pretty stiff detent, which I'm alright with. If it would have been light, I would have been pissed. It's actually, I think there might be something in there. Yeah, I might be taking this apart later. There's something in there. I think it's a little dirty. I can kind of hear it, and then I can kind of feel it. All the deployments feel good. You're not on that lock bar, and you don't feel like that's my natural, is to be right there on the pocket clip. So no lock bar issues that I have ran into yet. But yeah, the action is pretty decent. Now this is more like a straight back. You see how it's completely straight. So this is like a straight back profile. They labeled it a clip point on, I think, Miguron's website, but it's more of like a straight back, and it's not a drop point because it really doesn't drop. Maybe slightly, but it's so minimal that this is classified as a straight back. And they did awesome on the blade finish. It's like stonewash mirrored almost. Like a stonewash satin. It's really, really nice. It's very clean. Let's go ahead and we'll go over the specs. It's an M390 blade, straight back, dual thumb studs, anodized blue, anodized pivot with the Miguron emblem, and then it has textured titanium scales, both sides, thin lock bar, easy access, and a milled titanium pocket clip. This is coming in right at 3 inches of cutting edge, and then just under 3.2. So a nice medium-sized blade, and then it's coming out to just about a 32nd past 7 1/4, so it's just a hair over 7 1/4. So this is a good sized, medium-sized knife. I can get all 4 of my fingers, tight on there and get a good grip. It feels good in hand, especially when you squeeze. It feels good in hand. That feels comfortable. That feels comfortable. That feels comfortable. Yeah, all the grips feel very good. I think we'll know more once I take it apart and get it cleaned up. Let's go ahead and throw it up against a couple knives here. This is the Centurion 2. It's a hair smaller. This is the Acri. And that is a big knife. It is small, or the Pagos 2 is smaller. And here's the Big Daddy Miguron. This is the Valona. And if you want a beast of a knife, go get yourself one of these. You could have it in 2 days from Amazon. The blade is 4 inches. And it's got a total of like 9 inches overall. And I think it's like $50 or something. And it's got a tie milled clip too, and an awesome coating. It is smaller. The Pagos 2 is smaller than all those. Miguron loves their bigger knives. I would have to say this is one of their smallest designs, if not their smallest, at least that I've seen. Yeah, there's definitely some in there. Otherwise, because the detent's right there. It's right there. So it's in an awesome spot. As soon as you unlock, it's there. So there's definitely something holding it up. It's not because I'm under the camera so you can see it. Let's do a hardware check. It looks like yeah, that's a T6. on the body screw, T6 on the clip screw, lock bar screws, T6, and I'm guessing this is a T8. Yeah, that's a T8. They look like they're well done. They look like they're good quality screws. These are Miguron's higher priced knives, you know, than their $50, $60 knives. The price is kind of all over the place depending on where you go, from Amazon to like White Mountain Knives to Miguron. The price is all over the place. And when I got this, it was on sale, so it's kind of hard to tell what the price is going to be on this, but it's going to be a good deal for what you're getting. The scales, tie scales with the milling, the milled clip, the anodized hardware, and the M390 blade. It's hard to beat Miguron, especially when they nail the quality control. You know, the only issue I see is that lock bar is sticking out there under the tang. That's the only thing I can see that is an issue with this knife. Some knives just get dirty, and that's what happens, so you can't really fault them for that. It's just what happens. Some knives get dirty. So that is the Miguron Pagos 2. And if you're looking at getting one of these, I'm going to guess that this lock bar sticking out past the tang is going to be on every single one of them. So get prepared to file that down or use a rotary tool to kind of zip that flat. I mean, it really, unless you're up there, you're not going to feel it. But, you know, in the off chance you do, I mean, I don't even really feel it there. It's only when I stick my thumb in. So, I mean, it's really not a cause for concern. I don't even know that you would need to do anything about it. You could just let it go. So there we go, guys. That is the Pagos 2. And that is now my 4th Miguron. And I would have to say, if it performs well, it'll be my favorite one. I love the way this thing looks. So it'll be awesome to take it and test it out. It looks like it's pretty thin. So, well, while we got it out, I was going to wrap it up, but I like the long ones. That's what she said. But I will have to wrap it up here because my camera shuts off. Oh yeah. Look at that. As I mess it up. Boy, that's nice. That has a good edge on it. Awesome. Well, I'm going to get it cleaned up and whatnot and take it apart, clean it up, and see what happens. I will keep y'all posted. Drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Love y'all. Have a good one. Have a good week. Be safe. See you guys.